At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hi, I'm Kyle, a tired therapist.
And I'm Jackie, also a tired therapist.
And together, we are Two Tired Therapists.
Welcome to the pod. Does he fly with the same people, or no? I was just surprised he doesn't fly with
Sometimes
the
he
same
knows people. Like it's
I was
sometimes
saying
it's
you
the
probably-
same because they're all based out of the same place.
Yeah,
But there's so many. There's like
Yeah.
thousands of them.
yeah.
So,
That'd be
but
so
sometimes he does. Sometimes he does. So
That'd be hard. I feel like you're just like going to work by yourself every day in a way.
Basically.
Like
mhm,
you have to like
basically. And sometimes
talk to people and
There's some of those people are
nuts.
mm,
I don't not believe that.
Yeah. So,
Oh my God, Justin, are you recording?
oh, well, welcome. And 3, 2, action.
We used to get a countdown. We don't get that anymore.
No,
Decided that
there's only a couple professionals here.
just a couple,
Do you hear
and
me
one
say
of them is
okay? He's probably looking for a
One of
sound,
them is Groot.
a sound bite. Yeah, one of them is Groot. Well,
He's
I don't
therapy
know.
dog.
Today he's being very unprofessional.
Well, it's
very
so funny
unprofessional.
because like I asked Justin one time because I'm like he acts so wild with certain people, and then like I'm like how is he when he goes to like do therapy stuff? Because like I can't like this dog is insane. Justin's like he's totally like chill, normal, like he's in work mode, so he doesn't
Yeah.
like. But like when he's at home, he's a dumpster fire, as you see,
Sure.
getting the 2 like walk of shame.
Well,
away.
I'm sure people would say that about us. I'm sure if they saw us at work.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I feel like we're this. Am I the same? Would you say I'm the same at work? Now that
Yes.
you've seen me
Yes.
in action.
Yeah, I would say you're pretty much the same. I'm just trying to remember how to be social at work and not suspicious of everybody's intentions. I'm
Deprogramming.
I'm having
It's
to
your
like
deprogramming.
deprogram myself.
Yeah.
That and just like I don't know. I thought it was gonna be not that I thought everything was gonna be 100% professional speak, but I was like thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to be like, and this is depression, and this and like more. It's like
No.
oh, they're sad. Like that helps because I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be, and
Yeah.
staffing being like,
Yeah.
what's the right word for this? But no, it's not
Right.
like that. So yeah,
So
you're
sorry,
pretty much the
everyone.
same.
We're going to talk about work a lot now that we work together. You thought it was bad before.
Yeah.
Now it's
Better for recording because we won't be talking for 2 hours, and then Justin's like,
Right.
he's like, maybe we'll be on time this time, and I was like, well, we see each other every fucking day, so
I
I mean,
know.
it's
Well, I did say to you this week, I was like, "Oh, I forgot for a second you worked here," and then I
Forgot
came
to
around
listen
and when I came around the corner, I was
You're
like,
like, oh my God.
Jackie's here."
what the fuck?
And
are
then
you
I was
doing
like,
here?
"I'm gonna see this bitch 6 days this week,"
I
which
know.
you didn't come in yesterday. Well, I told you to
Yes.
come in yesterday, but I'm like, I get to see her every day.
I know it's gonna be so
It's
funny.
wild.
It's gonna. I forgot to tell Justin that you were like, oh my God, you're here.
I know.
I'm
Just
like,
it was just a split second. I was like walking around expecting that office to be like
Empty,
and then
yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God, Jackie works here."
I know. I'm here.
Oh, it's
my
fine. I have
God.
Alzheimer's. It's fine.
It's fine.
Well, welcome
Welcome to life.
Welcome to life. Welcome to life.
What are you tired of?
Oh,
I don't know that I have a good
oh,
one.
I
but,
have a good one.
Okay.
I have a good one.
Maybe
I-
you'll spurn me.
So I'm tired of movie trailers that don't show anything relevant to the plot. And I can tell you exactly which movie
Uh-oh.
made me write this. And I will be putting them on blast, but I don't remember what the movie was called. Hold on, let me look it up. But it's the one. It's the movie that The Weeknd is in. Have you heard of this?
No.
Oh, hold on. Oh, why are we getting on Reddit? No.
I read too much Reddit now. It's effed my brain, unfortunately.
Oh, that didn't work.
I have to. Okay. Oh, that the movie.
Isn't it The Weeknd? Is that who I'm thinking?
Is it
of?
the? Are you talking about the Idol?
Hurry Up Tomorrow?
Oh, I have never heard of this. Oh, it's a psycho. Okay, yeah.
I think.
Oh,
it's
Barry
new.
Keoghan is in it.
Yes.
And Jenna Ortega. Okay.
But so there was I don't remember. I think we went and saw. Not The Shining. Nope. Hold on. The one with Michael B. Jordan in it. Sinners. We went and saw Sinners. There was a trailer for this. It was just like Jenna Ortega dancing in a club.
So
a couple of
clip
shots
from Wednesday.
A clip from Wednesday. It was a shot of The Weeknd a couple times, looking very serious,
Sure.
and Barry Keoghan a couple times. But I have no idea what the movie's about. I don't know how these people are related. But I feel like so many movies are like that, where they just show these like, oh, here's who's in it. I don't give a fuck who's in it.
I feel like that way sometimes about this is a very specific example, but I also feel like it's like this for other stuff too. But like, especially on Drag Race, like when they're going to cut to commercial and the edit makes it look like some crazy shit's about to go down, and then nothing goes down. And so I have to keep reminding Justin sometimes. I'm like, he's like, oh my god, like this last season 17, there was like a crazy like a cut, and some of it happened, but not all of it happened in the order that it happened. And I'm like, I guarantee you this is going to be the biggest fucking letdown. And it kind of was a fucking letdown, but there was a moment where somebody thought their dress got destroyed by somebody else. And she was like, what happened to my dress? And like, it was wild, but I was like, we didn't need to edit it like that.
The Netflix previews are that way too. Sometimes like when it shows you a clip and you're like, so what is this about?
I know. Yeah. Some of them are just not. Oh yeah, I need to ask you your take. This is really important. Seriously.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you watched the Titan Gate documentary on Netflix? There's one on HBO, I guess, too. That's slightly better.
No, I don't think I could.
Do you think it's too soon? This happened 2 years ago.
I think it's always going to be too soon. I think it was just too tragic. I think we just need to let that.
Well, have you heard about this documentary?
Mm-mm.
So it's basically about the guy Stockton Rush, who's like the CEO of that company, who died in the whole thing, and how he like basically was like, if people did not agree with him, he fired them. So people were like telling him like, this is not safe, and he was like, you're fired.
Yep.
And like, I guess the Netflix one is more about the safety and like the regulatory stuff around the safety, and the HBO one I think is more about I don't know. I guess they're both good, but anyways, I can't I want to watch it, but I'm like, I don't know if this is too soon.
It just seems too tragic. I don't know if it's because can you imagine? No, we can't.
This is a hard stop.
Can you imagine like being like, oh, I'm gonna go get to see the Titanic?
But why do you give a shit to go and actually see it though?
You get liquefied by the ocean.
But why? But like, I get if you're a fan, but there's been so many really great pictures of it. Like, I know it's not the same thing, but like, why are...
So there's this thing called Google?
Like, but why? Like,
I don't know.
Do you know how far down that is? It's like,
you're rich.
It's like 8 Eiffel Tower. I don't know how...
You're rich. I don't know.
I know, but that's...
And then you can
to me,
say
it's
you
just
did
sad
it.
because they didn't have to die.
Exactly.
If the fucking CEO hadn't been a wild person.
That's what I'm saying. It's too soon.
But like, I guess the Netflix one is like all the people that he fired, and they were like, we tried to stop this, and he just did not give a shit.
That just makes it worse though. Because you're like, wow, this was avoidable.
No, 100% wasn't. Well, and if you're using a fucking joystick from 1996 to control your submersible, you have gone the wrong way.
Girl, this isn't Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, and like, I digress. We're going to get on to it. Okay.
Wow. Well, on that note, what are you tired about?
I can't. I'm like, is it too soon? I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm tired of. Like, but I don't know. I just like that was 2 years ago.
I know.
I'm tired. I don't know. Like, I feel like we're jumping on the stuff like immediately after. I'm sure the documentary shit was happening like 10 days after all this stuff.
Oh, of course.
But the one that I know is going to happen someday, and I'm honestly shocked there hasn't been one since, is the Delphi murders here in the state that we reside in, Indiana.
There are some.
There's one.
There's an a not good one. I watched it.
Was it the one on HBO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was done by a local podcast, which God bless that person. So sorry.
Was that the one before they had the suspect? Like that was before they even identified him as a suspect.
Well, there's
I
one.
watched one that like it was before that they'd arrested Richard Allen. So it was like it was the documentary about it, but it was like, we don't know basically who did it. And it had been like 5 years because he didn't get like actually like found out until more recently.
Yeah.
But
no, there is one. Oh, I wonder if we're talking about the same one.
Maybe not. The one I'm pretty sure the one I watched was on HBO, and I think there was a podcast, but I don't think.
Well, it was like a podcast host, like a local, like from the Indiana area.
Yeah. But like,
it was
I'm
fine.
After the trial, I don't know if you followed it. I followed it. I'm honestly shocked there hasn't been more documentaries about it because
I wonder if people don't want to talk about it. Like, what if they want
I
to be
think a lot
done?
of the stuff is sealed, especially the body stuff. That sounded wild to me.
Because
I don't know how much you saw about that.
The
but
one that I
wild.
watched talked a lot more about like what happened and where they were found. I didn't know that.
Oh, you'll have to tell me. We'll have to figure it out off air
out.
because I wanted to watch it. Well, I won't get into the details because it's super graphic. But I was following the trial and I was following people who were like in the courtroom and like drawing like because they couldn't take pictures. There was no video cameras allowed. Like,
right.
But they were like, somebody had drawn like the bodies and stuff. And like one of them was naked. The other one was wearing the other's clothes. Like,
right.
But I'm wondering if a lot of stuff is sealed.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure. So they probably can't get a ton of stuff. But, and then like exactly they were found so far, not so far, but far enough.
Pretty far. Yeah.
But that one, the other one that I know will come out too, that I'm still following, but nothing's really happening because they keep pushing it. But the Idaho murders, the college kids in their dorm or their house that got murdered allegedly by the, God, he's like the criminology PhD student. Did you ever see this one? Oh my God.
Jackie, you know how busy I am.
Oh my God.
As your boss.
Girl.
And as a business owner.
Well, okay.
I don't watch TV. If I do, I fall asleep.
There's been I've not seen anything, but it was like 3 years ago. They were murdered in their house at like 5 a.m. by like, there were like 7 people in the house and 4 of them got murdered. And 2 of the roommates were still in the house when it all happened. One of them saw the person who did it, but they didn't call the cops until like the next day because they didn't know if it was like, because also these kids, bless them, college. I don't blame them. People want to blame them. But like they had so many house parties, like they just let whoever come in their house. Like they didn't lock their doors and shit. So like,
well, they didn't know that people were dead in there?
Well, they heard like a commotion, like they heard stuff because like it was like a 3-level house. Like there was like a basement, like walkout sort of level, the main level, and then like the top floor. So like 2 of them were on the top floor, and then the other 2 that got murdered were kind of like in between like the basement / the main level. And the one who saw was like the room like next to because it was like a boyfriend, girlfriend, and then like 2 best friends upstairs. The layout of the house was cracked. That house had like the strangest layout I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's a split level, but like it almost had like a walkout basement because like there was like the basement level, but you could see the basement from like the street. And then they wrecked the house. They grounded it because people were like, it's too painful.
Dark-sided.
But I was like, they should have left it up a la the staircase, like because the layout of the house. Well, Jesus Christ, let's talk about an old documentary. Anyways, but like that's another one that I'm like, I can't. Once that trial happens, but the guy they accused is like a criminology PhD student from like the university, and they say he was like stalking one of them, and he drove through Indiana and got pulled over while he was like going back home, and but he probably has good lawyers because they've been pushing back the trial for like, I mean, it's been almost 3 years now.
I didn't know.
But they leveled the house last year. I don't know. It was crazy to me. But they said the FBI said they did all the forensics and they can recreate the house if they need to. And I'm like, why would you just? But there was so much blood. I guess there was blood on the outside of the house. Like you could see it. Like when they pulled up. Yeah. What? I saw a few pictures and I was like, holy shit. But he's stabbed.
Well, I'm sure there's one coming out. I'm sure.
Well, I'm just tired of like we just jumping on things right after they happen.
Right.
Now,
like,
which is it's a little bit of a comment on our society, I feel.
Right. Well, and depending on who, like, there's the people who jump on it to make the documentary and the people who willingly join the documentary too. You know what I mean? Like, they might be jumping on it too, which makes me go,
It's just.
Wow.
Anyways. So sorry, I took a long turn there.
Which, I know, we never do that.
It's never happened. Okay. Shrinking. You only watched one episode.
No, I watched.
I thought you said you only watched one.
No. That was a
Severance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so sorry. No, Shrinking. I watched the first season.
Okay.
I haven't watched the new season.
Okay.
Which is fine. You can just
it's fine.
Spoil it for me.
I'm not. I wrote it because I thought you didn't watch it, so this is gonna cover it. But we're gonna talk about Shrinking. For those who don't know, it's an Apple Plus TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Apple Plus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So ChatGibbets made this for me because it does do a pretty good job
We'll have
of
to
writing
start doing
episodes.
an AI disclaimmer.
Yeah.
One day it'll just be AI can do our voice too, and then we don't even have to.
We don't have to record.
No, we have
oh
too
my
much
god,
fun.
no, it's
never.
so funny. Okay, so Shrinking. So it's. I like Shrinking. I think it's funny, but I have so many issues with Jimmy and the way he does therapy. I don't know how deeply you feel about it, but for people who haven't seen it, this is what ChatGPT wrote for me as a summary. Shrinking is a heartwarming and darkly funny dramedy that follows Jimmy Laird, played by Jason Segel, a therapist in the throes of profound grief after the sudden death of his wife. Struggling to cope, he finds himself emotionally numbed, professionally checked out, and alienated from his teenage daughter, Alice. After hitting emotional rock bottom, Jimmy makes an impulsive and ethically questionable decision. He stops following the rules are in quotes, of therapy. Instead of the patient, reflective approach he's trained in, Jimmy starts giving direct advice, crossing boundaries, and actively inserting himself into his clients' lives. But we'll talk about this. Surprisingly, at first, his approach seems to get results, but this rebellion against therapeutic norms sends ripple effects through his clients' lives, his relationships, and already fragile sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I wrote this. Love the cast, love it, but oof, the ethics are wrong.
Right.
Anything to add from that? Like, it's a pretty good summary of what it is. I mean, it's leaving their side stories out, but
it is certainly, it's got everything. It's funny.
It's really
sad,
funny. It's Harrison Ford is his, like, I don't want to say boss, but they're all like him, and Gabby is the other therapist. Like they're in like private practice together, I guess.
I think he's probably like the clinical supervisor.
Yeah, I would think Harrison Ford, and he's really funny. I think he's probably the best character on the show, if you ask me. And then Jason Segel, and then I can never remember what her name is, who plays Gabby, but she's really good too. She's in other things. And then there's the daughter. There's the patients he sees. What's her name from SNL is one of the patients. Heidi Gardner. She's the one with the like abusive boyfriend who punches Jimmy.
Yeah.
But what do you think? He does do a lot of unconventional things. We can give examples if people can.
I don't remember all of them, but I do. He did certainly afterwards, because it's his. I don't know how much spoilies you want to give.
I don't care.
His wife died. Right?
Yeah,
isn't that what it was?
It's not a secret. I think it's like first or second episode you find out she died.
And
wife died in like it was like a drunk driving.
Right.
Like she was hit by a drunk driver basically, and she died.
And he like struggles, but then somehow he gets into this like he really starts to cross boundaries. I remember he took the one client somewhere and then he ended up like punching somebody.
So he like went. So yeah. That I forget that client's name, but he like lets him move into his like guest house for one, which is
no.
And then like his daughter sort of develops like a crush on him, which is
right.
Yeah. But I think he brings him to the soccer game of his daughter because like Harrison Ford or somebody is like, you're fucking this up. You're not being there for your kid. So he goes, but then he had told Heidi Gardner or whatever her name was, like, your husband is abusive. He's a dick. Like, leave him. Because he was like tired of hearing her like every session like complain about him. And then that guy showed up at the soccer game and punched Jimmy in the face. And then his client who he let move in like then punched the guy and like it was a whole thing. Because like the anger guy was like a court ordered therapy type of situation. I forget what his name is now. I'm going to have to Google it. But anyways, there's a lot of I don't know. I cringe every time I watch it. Not like because it's like awkward, but like I just wouldn't do.
Well, and I think a lot of therapists would not like.
Yeah.
And this is I would challenge your word of unconventional and say it's unethical.
Yeah.
Like that is why those rules, quote unquote, we have exist because that's how they can go wrong, right? Like, oh, now you have this court ordered client living with you and they punch somebody and
and he was
your defense,
and he was basically told like if you do something again, like you're going to basically go to jail.
Right.
His that client's name is Sean. Now that I remember it, it's Sean.
Right.
And then
I think it shows how like therapy is not just like a paid friend to tell you what you want to hear. Like that is not what it is.
Well, and I think the other issue that they kind of talk about a little bit is like I don't think he took any time off after his wife died, or there was not like he didn't like properly like.
Yeah. Well, was he drinking a lot?
Yeah, he was also like drinking. He was also having sex with sex workers, like in the beginning or like the second or third, which is fine. Like whatever, if it's whatever.
Support local business.
Yeah. I'm not mad about it, but it was just like it was to show that he was like
spiraling.
Because he was like not giving a shit about his daughter. Like the neighbor and the neighbor's family was like helping basically raise her. And she's like 16, 17 years old. She's not like young, but
I remember the neighbor was funny. I liked
she's in oh my God, she's in so much stuff. I can't remember what Krista something I think is her name. Krista Miller. She's in a ton of stuff. I think she was Drew Carey. Yes, she was in the Drew Carey show way back when. Her husband is the funny, and especially in the second season, her husband is so funny, like a very nice guy. But anyways, Jimmy just did not like. Wife died, and then he was like, I'm just gonna keep seeing people, and I'm not gonna take any time off, but I'm also gonna like drink and do a lot of do drugs. I think he was doing drugs too for a little bit. Anyways, But it's like, it's interesting because I don't know. I don't know how I would describe this, but I guess it's like you don't really think about these things as like a patient. You're like, oh, my therapist is like, maybe now more so, but like people don't think about like therapists struggling. Like you're supposed to be like
No.
the blank slate or whatever you want to call it. And
Well, I think they're like, oh, you must be well adjusted because you know all this stuff. No.
some of the most cracked people I know are
I
therapists,
agree.
and
Right,
it's
right.
wild.
Right.
And some of them are really good when they go to work, but some of them are
Sure.
cracked. Anyways,
Sure.
I'm sure you've seen the same. I've seen some things, but yeah,
I mean, hopefully I fall into the first category.
you're correct.
But,
No, I'm just
you know.
I know you see it everywhere you work at some point. I mean, somebody's
Right.
either struggling or something's like it's
Yeah.
life. Life happens
It's
to
human,
everybody.
right.
But
That's always what I have to tell. I think I've said it on here before, but like people will be like, well, how can you be a therapist? Like if you have your own problems, and it's like, is your doctor doctor immune to all health issues?
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't.
No.
I do think the movement is shifting though now towards therapists being like human and people. Like
Yeah.
it's not like
Right.
maybe
Like,
that's just my view.
I'm
on
probably
the,
not going to talk about like my trauma. in
right. I'm not gonna
therapy,
like, but like, yeah.
at least I hope.
I'll say like being in the, because I'm still in the Ask a Therapist subreddit, which I feel like I need to leave because some of the stories are cracked in there. Like one person was like, I'm going to report my therapist because she told me like and I'm like,
Oh.
this is not it was not reportable. It was
You
like
just
they were,
didn't want to hear it.
yeah,
honey.
yeah. And I was like, but go ahead and report her, I guess, if you really feel like,
I
but
bet,
anyway.
I bet they get that all the time.
But it's like, but I do see a lot more people who are like, I know my therapist is a person, or like their therapist is like, oh, I'm going to be off for like a surgery or like a whatever. And it's a
Some
little bit
people-
nicer.
Some people though don't feel that way.
I know. Some
They
people
get
don't.
they get wild and out.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's like you
But
said,
those
it's like
people
doctors.
probably have personality disorders too.
Yeah, you really have to stay even keel with people who have
Yeah,
personality
yeah,
disorders. But anyways,
yeah.
but I know we've already talked about it. But boundary issues, dual relationships. Okay, so we talked about Sean and his anger problems, and then he's a court ordered, and then Jimmy's like, okay, you live in my guest house.
Mm-hmm. That's a no.
That's a dual relationship and a lot of problems.
Lot of problems.
And then I think he went to court for him too. Like I think he ended up going to court or like advocating for him. And finally, like I think it's in the second season. I don't think it's in the first season, but in the second season, finally, Paul Harrison Ford is like, I'm taking Sean as a client. Like you can no longer like be Sean's therapist.
Yeah.
Which
I
I was
think
gonna say I
so.
can't remember if that was first season or second season. And like he does more work with him in the second season. And I think he does.
I think that was toward the end of the first season.
He does obviously a better job with
right.
Sean than
Well, I think
Jimmy did.
didn't at one point in the first season wasn't Harrison Ford's character like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like you are being inappropriate in all these.
Yeah.
Because like the situation with the one woman client and her boyfriend happened. Like, I
Yeah.
think there was something else.
There was like another like person who had like OCD and like he went to her house and like she tried to kiss him or something and that was weird and like that he handled
Yes.
okay. Like,
but
it
I
was
think
so
He was
weird.
like, why are you putting yourself in this situation?
Yeah.
Like, you are crossing these boundaries.
Yeah.
You're crossing these lines. Like,
Well,
you need to stop.
I told Justin, I said, it's a little bit wild. I said, I'm not trying to like advocate for people to report other therapists. I'm like, but some of the shit he did was absolutely reportable. Like having
Yeah.
your client move in, I was like, I mean, I would definitely talk to the person before I called the fucking board, but I would be like, girl, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
this is not good. But
Because you're not even supposed to be like if that were to happen, it's not like you're like, well, I'm not your client anymore. We can do it. Like most ethics say, I think well, you and I are the same.
Yeah,
I
you
think our
can.
ethics say 10 years before you can have a personal relationship.
I thought it was 5, but
Maybe
I think
it's 5, but some say none, like never.
I think
nada.
social work.
There's like 2. There's a lot less, I think.
I'm about to pull it up. This is from 2014. Is that the last time they updated the code of ethics?
Probably.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Relationships with other professionals. Yeah, I think it is at least 5 years. It might be 10.
But yeah, I mean, some would say never. Like you should never do that.
Personal values. Romantic is prohibited.
And it's
Counselors are prohibited. Yeah, you can't. Okay, so sexual. It's 5 years.
Yeah.
Who they being objective.
Which I think which I'm sure no one follows.
It doesn't say necessarily. It just says are prohibited from engaging in a personal relationship with current counseling clients.
Which happens a lot more than you think.
I read a cracked story on Reddit that was like, I had sex with my therapist. What do I do? And I was like, I wanted to come and be like, immediately report them. What the fuck what do you mean? What do I do?
I know we've talked about it, but I'm like, I have no clients that I've ever felt sexually attracted to.
Yeah. No. I can
There
say,
have been some that I'm like, you're like, they're cute. They're objectively attractive.
Yes, you can say somebody's objectively attractive without feeling like
but
you
I've
want
never been like,
to jump in their pants.
exactly. I've never had to sit there and like, I have to restrain myself this whole
Oh,
time. Like,
when I worked in the prison, some people were like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," and I was like, "He's a good-looking dude, but like, he's in prison for fucking child molesting,
Right.
and you're gonna try to fuck him, okay,
okay, let me know how that goes.
right?" I'm like, I think you're a little old for him. I don't know, but,
Right, but
I mean, there's
Right.
people did that, so yeah, so there's a lot of dual relationships.
Right.
We kind of talked about Paul a little bit, Harrison Ford, but was he a mentor or did he enable Jimmy? I think he kind of enabled him for a little bit. And then I think finally he was like, okay, like you got to pull it together, dude.
Well, from what I remember, I feel like he was like maybe trying to cut him some slack, but I don't think he knew a lot of the stuff was happening.
Well, did you also catch that he is Jimmy's daughter's therapist, which I was like, technically he really shouldn't be like,
Oh, I don't remember.
That's sort of a.
They weren't.
I don't want to say dual. It is therapy.
Was he a therapist?
Yes, he is technically.
Because weren't they, just meeting in the park and stuff?
Right, but I think they just meet in the park. But I think in this,
I thought he was more just being like supportive.
I think in this, I think in the second season, I just remember like there's a conversation where it was like, "Oh, you're done with me. Like we're done with therapy. Like I think she has some sort of conversation with him," which I was like, I guess it's okay, but like also it's
maybe
kind of
he wasn't defining the rules.
Yeah,
very well.
Because I think there in the second season she does a lot better, and he's just like, I don't think you need to talk to me. Like I don't think we need to like meet as often, basically, because I think they were meeting like once a week, and she would bring him like candy. It was really cute.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think he was more of a mentor. I think he knew like he was struggling. Like he knew he was coming to work late or like maybe a little hungover. I don't think he knew until later that he was doing stuff with the clients.
Yeah.
You know, like taking them and getting punched. I think then he was like, you're done.
Yeah. Well, and there's something that I don't want to completely spoil it in the second season, but there's something Jimmy says to one of his clients that they end up doing, and it ends up going very poorly, obviously, because it's not something that you should really tell anybody to do. But
that's why therapists don't give advice.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about this already, but like, what would you do if you worked with Jimmy? What would you do? Talk to him, report him.
Absolutely. Well, I am always of the mind.
Pretend you're not his boss. Pretend you're just a coworker. Pretend you're Gabby.
I would talk to him. I'm the mind that let me give you the courtesy of saying that I see this, so other people probably do.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know. And you can either get it together or you can continue to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then I'll report you.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had to report anybody? Have you ever reported somebody?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
I have not personally reported somebody, but somebody I worked with at the prison, my boss reported and told us she was reporting her. It was way after she worked there, but they had found that she was still conversing with former patients over
there you go.
the email system or whatever.
Have you ever been reported?
Not that I know of.
No, I don't think I have either.
I think you get I would assume you get notified.
I think you would.
No, I don't think I've ever been reported, but who knows? Anyways,
who knows? Who's to say?
You get a letter next week. It's
right.
like,
I'm like, well.
Oopsies. Okay, well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll talk about some actual psychology terms that describe some of this stuff that we've, you think about it, you'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, let's talk about psych terms and pop culture.
Oh.
So here's a couple that ChatGPT told me, which all of them are pretty true. And we've talked about all of these, but we just haven't named them. So first one is transference, countertransference.
Oh,
Describe.
Yes. So transference is when you might remind me, is transference is when the client reminds you of somebody else.
Yes.
Countertransference is when the therapist reminds the client of somebody.
Yeah, I think countertransference though is like when the therapist feels some type of way about a client.
Oh, okay.
And then
so I said it backwards.
Yeah, and then transference is like the client feels that type of way about the therapist. Like best example I guess is probably like, I'll use this because this happened all the time in the prison, but it was like sometimes when I worked with guys in the prison, like they would see me as like mom.
Right. That would be countertransference.
No, that's transference.
That's transference.
And then sometimes I'd be like, not always, but sometimes you'd want to like protect them or you'd want to like do more for them. That's more countertransference-esque.
Yeah. Or it's like, oh, this reminds me of Jimmy in high school. And I need to protect him.
It doesn't have to be like
something like that.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like you do things for the person, but it's more of like you have like they remind you of certain people. Yeah.
Right.
It's
that then gets in the way of like therapeutic relationship.
Yeah, it says the redirection to a substitute, usually a therapist, of emotions that were originally felt in childhood in the phase of analysis called transference neurosis, which is probably from Freud.
Fancy.
And then countertransference is basically the opposite. It's the therapist, just making sure we're... Could you imagine if we put out this episode and we described it incorrectly? We'd have to do an edit the next one. Oh my God, I don't want the AI. Sometimes, did you ever notice the Google AI stuff sometimes isn't correct?
It's terrible. Right. Yeah.
Yep. It's by Freud. Shocking. And it's got a picture of Freud's couch. But
that one's still that one is talked about a lot. I mean, we discussed, that is legit. Like,
it refers to a therapist's unconscious feelings influenced by their patient.
Right.
I really still one day want to do an episode on Freud and how he was like a crackhead anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was that ethical boundaries, which we've talked about.
Right.
Boundaries, but.
Right. Ethical boundaries is different.
Yeah.
Professional boundaries.
They're there for a reason.
Right.
Although if you talk to some people in the field, they're like, whatever. And I'm like,
well, I mean, they're guidelines. They're not necessarily hard and fast rules.
Some of them
are. But because I will say, I certainly have some clients that I'm a little loosier goosier with on certain things, but they've proven themselves, I guess.
Sure. I think it really just.
But you still have to have the like hard no, right? Like there are some that it's like there are some clients who like they won't tell you anything about their life. Like they won't tell you if they're married, if they have kids. Like,
there are some that are really strict.
Some will, and I think it depends on where you work and how you do that, and like I certainly have some of my clients know that I'm in a relationship.
Sure.
And some have no idea. Well, I've not told them.
You've not explicitly told them, but they have them. Yeah.
So
I think it really, some of it is just the best advice I had for people. And I gave this advice out when I trained newer staff. I was like, it's better to start off being really strict with your boundaries than it is to be loose.
Right.
Because you can always get looser, but you can't, it sounds bad, but you can't get harder.
Tighter.
You can't get tighter. You can't get harder. Like, and I had to do it a lot in the prison because I told a lot of stuff. I was
that's probably a no, like hard no.
Prison is, you don't tell them anything. I would not answer anything I deemed to be a personal question. And some personal questions were, what's your favorite color? And I was like, nah.
Right.
Or I would lie to them.
Right.
And then every time, they couldn't ask, like our age, and a couple times guys would be like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 82.
Right.
And they're like, no, you're not. Great. And I'm like, I've just had a lot of plastic surgery. Okay? Let's not talk about it. But yeah, like you, and some different areas, prison's one, but like even like residential services or like kind of like inpatient services, like even wearing like a wedding ring or it signifies wearing a cross or whatever on your neck. Like it's, so you got to be careful about that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of feelings about boundaries, but I think in general, they're helpful for everybody.
Yes. As they usually are.
Well, shocker how that works. Mm-hmm. Vicarious trauma. How would you describe it?
I don't know if I guess
I have a thought in my head.
I'm not really sure. Is that the same thing as secondary trauma, or is that different? I'm not sure. I've never really heard that word before. But I mean, experiencing trauma through somebody else, sometimes therapists have to be careful that you're not taking on the trauma of the stories that you're hearing. If that's kind of I would call it secondary trauma, but we can call it vicarious.
Vicarious trauma is a process of change resulting from empathetic engagement with trauma survivors. Anyone who engages empathetically with survivors of traumatic incidents is potentially affected, including doctors and other health professionals. Yeah, so it's secondary trauma.
I mean, absolutely.
So it's you.
I mean, if you sit with, think about it. Sometimes we hear some pretty shitty stuff all day, like.
Sometimes you just get dumped on all day.
Yeah, I mean, how many times can you hear like my uncle raped me?
Yeah,
right. Like 3 times a day.
Yeah,
you might feel some type of way, and so therapists have to have some boundaries with themselves and their own coping skills and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
all that stuff to deal with that. Then how do you go home and then like deal with your kids or deal with your husband?
Right.
Or deal with like whoever.
Right. Which leads us
deal with yourself.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Some people. Which leads us beautifully to the last one, which is burnout versus compassion fatigue.
I think they're the same. People say compassion fatigue is like the first.
I
like,
think they are also the same, or I think they could I mean, it's hard to describe them as two different things because they're basically the same thing. It's like like burned out means like I can't do this anymore.
That's
Compassion
like the
fatigue,
severe version.
Yeah, compassion fatigue is just like you're just tired.
Crispy.
Yeah, crispy. Actually, that's a great way to describe it.
And then burnout is you burnt.
You burnt. Yeah,
you burnt. Mm-hmm.
But it's when you just can't anymore. Basically,
Yep.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Mm-hmm. Got to fill your cup.
Has that ever happened to you?
Burnout?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got to burnout, but my last job.
Sure.
I was pretty cooked. Pretty cooked with the crazy.
Past crispy, I guess.
Yeah, like past, not quite burnt.
Okay.
Not quite burnt, but
just
we were
overcooked.
We were quite overcooked.
Oh, okay.
We were charred.
Oh.
Charred.
Okay.
Yeah, it got pretty gnarly.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely would say when I left the prison I was crispy, but not necessarily from the patients, just from the environment. But there were some patients that like you, unfortunately in that environment, you work with the same people for a very long period of time. Like you see, and I worked in a unit where people would leave and then they would come back and I saw the same guy. He was on my caseload 3 different times. And I was like, why do you keep coming back here? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I think you're the best therapist. And I'm like, no.
Get that
it's definitely not it. I have a letter on my wall that says you hate me so much.
Oh, right.
So they're basically the same thing. Okay. Are you ready for a gay versus straight?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, love it. My favorite.
This also this was, I think, part of the summer. No, I think this was just like random stuff. Yeah, this is random.
You had said you had several lists you were excited to talk about.
Yes, this I think is just the random list because this doesn't exactly, and I know we've talked about some of these before, but not.
Well, maybe we feel different.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So gay versus straight, LaCroix / any kind of sparkling water.
I think it's a surprise, but I think it's straight.
Yeah, I'm gonna say straight too. Maybe bi. Could be
maybe bi. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna go.
Do you
bi.
like LaCroix? I cannot.
No,
LaCroix
I don't like LaCroix.
Tastes like somebody burped in a can.
Do you know what that means?
What? LaCroix?
The cross.
Oh.
LaCroix is French for cross.
I didn't know that, but I don't like LaCroix. I don't really
I don't mind sparkling.
I don't like sparkling.
It has
water.
to be flavored.
Yeah, if it's,
well, you know, I'm into this prebiotic soda these days.
I was gonna say we just bought some more poppies today.
I am into that, which I guess is different, but
I wouldn't call it.
I like sparkling soda, but it has to be like the flavor that's probably not healthy for you at all.
Yeah,
you know.
I went to LA a long time ago with my friend. We went on a trip like for a weekend, and we went to this restaurant, and they were like sparkling or flat, and we were like, oh, let's get sparkling because like we're fancy. It's fancy LA weekend, and it was the worst fucking thing I think I ever drank.
Spicy water.
I hated it. I was like, this is the worst. And then we didn't want to ask for flat water after we asked for sparkling. Anyways,
I would say bi. I like bi.
I think it just really depends. Okay, ranch dressing.
Oh, that's straight.
Big straight energy. Big straight energy.
Mm-hmm.
Gas station sushi.
It's straight.
I think it's straight too.
It's straight. Yeah.
I almost want to say it's big straight energy.
Yeah.
Charcuterie boards.
Oh, it's gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's absolutely gay.
Could be bi, but
no, I think
this one I think it was very obvious. Mountain Dew.
Oh, straight.
Straight.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle. You know.
Speaking of from another episode where we talked about overnight oats, instant oatmeal.
Oh, straight.
Straight. I used to eat that shit up.
Oh,
okay.
Gross. I don't like oatmeal.
Pack.
I don't like oatmeal at all.
Justin makes good oatmeal, but it's very rare. Last one, mini quiches.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to say gay, but the mini gets me.
Straight. To me, it is
the mini
big,
gets me to a straight.
Straight
now,
energy.
Quiche, gay. Quiche is gay.
Quiche is
mini
100% gay.
quiche
Is straight. That's a straight thing.
Is straight. Yes. Yes.
I don't know that Justin's aunt makes a really good. I don't think she would call it a mini quiche, but it basically is a mini quiche, and she brings it for like every appetizer, and it is so fucking good. It's like jalapeno popper.
Karen makes a good quiche. Yeah, we'll have to have her make it. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I'm considering making a cake next weekend, so maybe I'll bring in like the remnants if Justin doesn't want to. I don't know if it'll be good, but
sure,
it's gonna be from scratch. All of it's gonna be from scratch.
Oh.
So,
well, look at her.
Well, when I took care of my mom, I made 3 cakes. That one was not from scratch. 2 were from scratch. Icing and all was from scratch.
What?
Yeah.
Just because?
Well, one was Justin's birthday, which was a cake.
Yeah.
It was like a snickerdoodle. It was like a cinnamon cake. That one is fire. And then my mom wanted like a double chocolate cake, so I made a chocolate cake for her birthday because we all had birthdays while we were up there. And then I made this cake, which was mostly box. And then my mom made Boston cream pie because I love Boston cream pie. So we had a shit ton of cake.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess, but we loved it.
Wow.
So yeah.
There you go.
Fun fact.
Boston cream pie?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's cake. It's literally cake with
whipped
custard.
cream. Yeah.
It's cake with custard and like chocolate on the top.
Mm.
I don't think she put whipped cream in it. I'll have to ask her if she does. She didn't like it was good, but like something collapsed in the making of it, so it was like it's the funniest looking cake, but it tasted so fucking good. Like the custard and the cake like mixed together. It was interesting. Anyways.
Wow.
Anyways,
there you go.
Yeah.
Shrinking.
Fun fact. Shrinking. Well, if you end up finishing it, we'll have to, maybe we'll do another one because I think it's up for, it's going to be doing a third season. I think.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a good show. I highly recommend if you have Apple TV Plus. And they're like 20 to 30 minute episodes.
Quick,
they're not long episodes. And the second season might have a couple longer ones, but you get to see more of like you said, the neighbor and her husband, like they do more and stuff. So, and Gabby is my other favorite character from that show, the other therapist.
Yeah. Wasn't the daughter like a lesbian? Wasn't she turning a little gay? No. It's been a minute since I've seen it.
She and her bestie had, well, I don't know if that's that season. Her and her bestie had like a big fight. I think that's second season. Anyways, it's good. Watch it. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Well, everybody.
Okay. Stay tuned.
And Petty.